Hi there, I'm Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. And I'm here with Lion Brand Pound of Love. And I'm here to share my experience with this yarn, what I've made with it, what my thoughts are on it. Do I like it? Would I buy it again? I have a lot here. I'm going to show you some of the colors I have, some of the colors I've used, how it looks after you've gotten into a little bit, how it looks once it's worked up. And I'll share the pros and cons. So let's do this. Okay, so I also have a pattern review. You can see what I'm wearing, and I actually am really pleased with it. This is the Autumn Leaf Cowl with buttons, and this is the Autumn Leaf Beanie, and these are offered by AB Cute Creations. I will give you the links below, and I will let you know what I think of her patterns. Well, first of all, I'll start there since I'm wearing it, and it's so cozy that I'm not too warm. It's just, it feels like a blanket around my neck and on my head. It fits well. Anyways, I found the pattern to be a little quirky. Her tutorial was a little quirky, but once you understand what her whole point is in the way she describes things, it makes complete sense. And I found that doing the cowl first really helped me when it got to doing the hat. But that being said, I was so conditioned to do certain things, and I always like to think ahead, and I think I'm right, and then I frog because I'm not right. So just pay attention to what she's saying, and don't skip ahead thinking you know what's coming next, because if you're anything like me, you're going to be doing some frogging because you think you know it and you don't. So anyways, that being said, it was just a little bit of work to do, but it's mostly front post and back post crochet, double crochet, and that's what makes it use up a lot of yarn, but really cozy and squishy and warm and nice. And look at this hat. See the leaves on it? And I put on a gray for Pom Pom, and I actually put a button inside. Oh, my hair is going to be really messy now, right? Oh, not so bad. Anyways, inside, can you see that? I put a button, a matching button, and then I put, this is the type of Pom Pom that has the loop on it. Can you see that? And I just stick the loop. I leave just a teeny tiny bit of a hole that's so small that if you decided to wear this hat without a pom-pom one day, you can. But basically, the reason why I like removable pom-poms is because you don't want to be throwing them in the wash. So you take it off before you do the wash, and that protects your pom-pom. One thing I wanted to mention about this particular hat pattern that I found really interesting, this ribbing, which you do first, is all done in slip stitch. Look at that. I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like knitting to me. It's so tight. I actually like it, but I found it kind of odd because I've never done a ribbed edging all in slip stitch. But it makes it really tight and nice. Get a close look there. And you can see when you pull it apart, it's very tight, because actually slip stitching, of course, is the tightest stitch you can get. So yeah, I just thought that's worth mentioning, because I don't know if you've come across that, but for me that was really unusual, and I like it. I really do. Do I like doing it? No, well, I wouldn't say no, but I prefer doing other stitches. I found it really tight to work with it. I found that doing such tight stitches like that, it really made me vulnerable to getting splits in the yarn, which I don't typically have that problem with Pound of Love. I wouldn't consider that a typical problem with Pound of Love yarn, but doing such tight stitches, just working that hook in, I don't know, maybe there are some hooks. I use clover hooks, and I haven't tried all the different types of hooks, and I'm thinking to crochet with slip stitches. If you do have a variety of hooks and some are pointier than others, I would definitely get the pointy ones out, because it would help you work your way into those tight little stitches. But look how pretty that is. I just love it. So anyways, the patterns are great. Again, it is the Autumn Cowl with buttons, and the Autumn Leaf Cowl buttons and the Autumn Leaf Beanie by AB Cute Creations. I just happened to see the tutorial and I just think it's so pretty with all the leafy pattern. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. And then I went out and chose these buttons for it. So I'm very pleased with it, and it's so comfortable. This was made with Pound of Love Thistle, in the colorway Thistle. This is what I have left. And this is what happens to Pound of Love yarn when it's well used. It gets messy, and I don't have a yarn winder. I have in the past had to sit with tangled remains of Pound of Love and just sit there and wind it into a ball, and it took a while. Some people love to untangle yarn, but it's not my first choice of activities that I really want to be doing. So that is the only thing about Pound of Love that I don't like. Yarn barf, if you haven't heard of that term, it's a real thing. What I find with this yarn, sometimes I don't even pull from the inside because it's really hard to get at, and you could feel that it's tugging. There's this tension that, you know, if you pull at it, you're going to be pulling out the entire guts of this ball of yarn, and I really don't feel like doing that. So then I'll sit and just dump the big ball of yarn on the floor and let it spin around like a wild animal. But anyways, this is the white one, and I've used it not as much as this one. This took tons of yarn, and then I made one other thing, which I have another video on where I used the rest of this, and this is what's left of that. But anyways, this is what happens. It turns into like the Goodyear Blimp. It's messy, and I don't know, like this is the only thing, like this is the type of yarn you want a yarn winder for. Just get it out, get it over with, and just wind it all up, because it for sure is going to get messy. But that being said, I would say for a budget yarn, it's soft. It really, I don't have a problem with it. This is so cozy. I do not have a problem with it. It is softer than Super Saver, Red Heart Super Saver, as another budget one. I'm sorry, I can't compare to the Karen. I think it's called 1 pound because I've never used it. I've only used the Pound of Love. I'm a little bit partial to a line brand, or I have been. I mean, I do like Karen too, but I just happen to like this. So this is the white one, and that's how it's kind of worked up. This is what they look like when they're brand new. So compare this. It's like you'd think it grew, but it didn't. It just kind of unraveled. So I'm going to pull this one out carefully because I don't want it to get messy. But this color is claret. And I just love this color. It's heathered, I guess you would call it, that burgundy. But it's got a little bit of a darker shade in there. And I haven't worked with it yet. I'm saving it for something. But also very soft. And I've got this gray one. I have to get the name of it. It is, this is Oxford Gray. Also really nice, bit of a heathered look to it. And this one has been used, but not quite as much. So it's not looking as bad as the white. So that's the thing, like to pull from the inside can be a challenge. And also with the Thistle, I actually was pulling from the inside, and it was working out really well until it got to a knotted area. And then I would pull it and I could feel it's like, ooh, tug of war, you know, it's like trying to pull it back, like there's a little being inside having a tug of war with me, doesn't want me to get that yarn out nicely. And then there'd be like a knot. And this happened intermittently where there were knots inside of the yarn ball, and I pulled out a chunk and had to untangle it. So that's never a pleasant thing. I like when yarn comes out of the center and then creates that hollow space. I actually have one that did it. I'm not sure which one this is, but you see how it's created that hollow? I like that. I like when I pull from the center and it just works out so nicely like that. But that doesn't happen with the line brand Pound of Love. But again, I'm showing you the colors that I chose when I went shopping. And I've obviously had them around for a while. I use this one a little bit. I used it for a hat. It's just gorgeous. It has a look of wool. Even though these are, one, I should tell you all the details. They're 100% acrylic. They're 16 ounces, 454 grams, 1,020 yards, or 932 meters. They're classified as a 4-weight. And this is why I find them so appealing, because for a budget yarn, you can get them like for $10 or $11 Canadian, and they go far. Like, I find I use them for a lot of different things. I think you can make a blanket with 2 of them, just 2. I'm not sure how big the blanket would be, but that's a lot of yarn, and it really comes in handy. It allows me to have a variety of colors that I can mix and match. And if I need a specific color to match with something, I just go to my Pound of Love and see what I've got. So this one is the colorway Charcoal. At one point I said Charcoal Anthracite, but I think Anthracite is the French, I'm guessing, but this is Charcoal. So again, very pretty. I love the way it's heathered like that. And I use this for certain things you may have seen on my videos. For my Valentine pouch, this is Cherry. I love this shade of red. And again, used so the labels never stay on. You kind of, especially when you have to start winding them from the outside, you have to take the label off. I try to keep the labels around just for reference. I lost the white one, so as far as I know, it's just white. But anyways, that's a gorgeous shade of red. So I do like Pound of Love, and I would continue to buy it. I will continue to curse and be annoyed by it with what's going on inside. I'm not really sure what the problem is. Maybe because of just the size. They can't get it to wind in a way that you're going to get a really good center pull that lasts throughout the duration of that big skein of yarn. So I think that's it for all my colors, just the leftover thistle, which is a mess. But anyways, yes, just let me show you this again because I'm just so in love with this. And I'm going to stand up just to show you how this looks. Just so pretty. I love it. I just love it. And there's a couple of different ways to make this. It can be made where it just buttons up down the center. It can be made that it's just a regular cowl. And that's all on those videos. I'm going to link you to those tutorials. I just found this pattern and I really liked it. So I thought I'm going to try it. And because I like it, I thought I'm going to share it with you. So that's it. This is just a little short video. I hope you enjoyed it. And you can tell me in the comments below your experience with Pound of Love. Have you tried it? Do you like it? Have you had any problems with the center pull? Let me know, because I always like to hear what you have to say. And what do you think of this? Are you going to make it? It's not that hard. You can do it. Anyways, have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.